What's up, Pan Nation? Welcome back to the ranch. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us and hanging out with us. Enjoy all the adventures that we're getting into. Wanted to kind of let you guys in on a little secret here. We've been talking about over the past couple of weeks the fact that we're getting really worn out. Hay pastures are getting real tore up by the wild hogs around the area. And for those of you that don't know, I used to do some trapping of some wild hogs, and we have decided to kind of get back in that a little bit, maybe as a side gig for the ranch, if you will. And we have decided to build ourselves our own custom built remote activated hog trap, and I wanted you guys to be a part of that. And so we're gonna take off of that and hopefully detail a bug in front of the camera. Hopefully detail that process in depth with you. So y'all sit down, hang on, and here we go. We're gonna head on out. We have some older galvanized corral panels that pin together that we don't use anymore around here, and because we've built, you know, all of our working pins and all that. Plus we have some other panels that we use if we need some temporary access. So these panels that we have, they don't hardly get used at all, and they're galvanized, so they withstand the weather pretty good. We're going to take and weld some wire hog panels to those corral panels and make those be the barriers of our trap. And so you'll see right here, we got our hog panel there, and we're gonna try to weld that up to the corral panels that we have, and they'll be able to pin them together a certain way to create a very large trap to be able to trap entire sounders at the same time. So I'm headed out to go get those panels, and hopefully we'll get some welding done today. Alright, so here's a general idea. It's an octagonal shaped trap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The opening here being the gate that we're going to build, the drop gate that we're going to build. Obviously, we'll have to make it, shaped more like an octagon. But I've decided to just do this to show y'all real quick kind of what we're talking about. Each one of these panels is pretty light. We're going to weld on some hog panel to it and make it a little bit heavier, but they're light enough that one guy can hold on to it and move it around and everything. Oh yeah, it's also what we're going to do is everywhere these are pinned together, we're actually going to take rebar and make it a solid piece, a solid hinge there, and it'll actually be probably, I don't know, a foot longer than the highest point here, and then we'll weld a T on the top of it with square tubing or whatever, so that we can actually drive it into the ground about, you know, a foot or so, and that's to prevent them from getting their nose under it and trying to pick it up. Hopefully that'll help it keep attached to the ground. Alright, y'all, we pretty much have a finished product here. There's a couple of panels that needed to be wrapped up painting, so the trap will be bigger once it's all said and done, but this is what we got so far. So we'll take you over here to the gate. Well, we'll do this for this is our loadout gate and our walk-through gate here we have in the trap. And obviously it's for the purpose of being able to go inside the trap, rebait, check things, whatever you need to do. But I don't have it down here, but we also have a panel that I'll show you in a clip now that goes right around here. It goes down to those trays right there. It sets in those trays, and then it has a little tab that goes through here that pins on the other side there. So when this gate is open like that, this whole area here is blocked off, and then our loadout chute goes up to that bottom area. Also gives us a kind of a deterrent as the pigs are cycling in the trap and they hit this gate here, which we'll secure with a rope or something like that. It gives them the ability to turn and come into the loadout chute, and then we'll go into the trailer from there. So that's kind of the loadout gate, if you will. We have used sucker rod ends as hinge pins, and they are driven into the ground with a hammer. So now we'll move on to the next part. So this is what it looks like from the inside. We ran out of wire up there, but so moving on to the drop gate. So this is a slide guillotine style drop gate that we built. And we built it on sucker rod slides here that go from that bracket down there up to this bracket up here, and we made this bracket removable to bolt on so that one man can assemble the gate system. This thing altogether is too heavy for one man to be able to put into place, so we made it to where we can take that bracket loose off the top, slide the slides out, and now you can move the drop gate separate from the frame. It's a little bit more manageable. So again, it's staked in with the sucker rod hinge, what I call the hinge pins, to make it one solid hinge and all that. So the drop mechanism, or the latch mechanism if you will, is a door magnet that's run powered through this extension cord here. We'll show you the other end of that here in a minute. And then this is the other half of it down here. Anyway, when it's set, that magnet attaches to that one, and it will hold the deal. We're having a little bit of an issue with power draw versus power supplied from the solar panel, which I'll detail a little bit further here in a minute. So we may be changing that mechanism out. We thought it was a good idea. After trial running it, we may have too much of an issue there, and we'll have to go back to the drawing board. But that's the frame. Frame's built out of 2-inch square tubing, and we got the panel welded up to it. Drop gate's built out of 1-inch sticker square tubing, and again the panel's welded up to it as well. When we move over to the corral panels, these are old galvanized corral panels for cattle that we used. We flipped them upside down so that we could have a solid horizontal runner on the bottom, and then welded hog panel onto the bottom with the graduated squares, and then cattle panel up top. Once we reach the hog panel only comes up about 34 inches, so we kept going up with cattle panel. So again, that's pinned together with the sucker rods, and we still got some painting left to do, but that's kind of the gist of it all. So now I'll take you out and we'll look at the other side of that magnet. So here's the other side of the magnet. Through doing our testing and stuff, the magnet did not like being mounted up to the gate metal wise. It wouldn't carry the polarity of the magnet through the gate. We just couldn't get it to work, so we built a little wood insulator block for the magnet. Well, that's what it looks like. Again, when it's raised up, it marries up to that part right there, and you have approximately a 40 by 96 opening there. So now we'll take you Down the cord we have a 100-foot extension cord here. So this control unit can be mounted anywhere within 100 foot of the gate. And we just got it stored back here. So like I said before, we're having issues with the amount of power supplied by the solar panel to the battery in the system, and the amount that's drawn at night whenever the sun's down. So we're trying to figure all that out. That's what the little panel's there for, to see if we could add some extra power to figure all that out, but we're not there yet. So we've put our electronics all on a cart. This is an old oxygen acetylene cart that we kind of fabricated to carry everything, so we can literally wheel the whole system together as a unit, put it in place, stick it in the ground, plug the cord up, and we're ready to go. So just your regular 12-volt deep cycle battery. You saw the solar panel earlier, and then we have this box that houses all the internals with all the wiring and cables right there. So we'll move to the internals. So this is your GSM switch relay here. I won't take that off to look at it, but anyway, we're wired up to two circuits here. One's for the actual power of the box, and one is the circuit for the magnet control. And then over here is our Wi-Fi hotspot, which talks to the camera. I'll show you that in a minute. And it's plugged directly into our solar panel controller. And then this is the controller for the solar panel. So the power comes in through the controller, and then it outputs to the load side, which is right here. And then anything extra we'll put back to the battery. And then if stuff is not running, then it will put all the power back to the battery. So that's what we're testing and dealing with right now. So that's kind of the electronics part. The system powers this Wi-Fi hotspot, which has a SIM card. You know, we pay the monthly subscription for and all that. Well, that hotspot communicates to that camera right there. And right now we have it mounted to a tree. We're going to build some sort of mount system, maybe for the cart, that maybe telescoping. But this is the camera. It's a modular unit. This is a home security camera is all it is. So it's weather resistant. It has its own solar panel. It has its own battery pack. So there's nothing connected to this camera other than a wireless connection. So that makes it pretty cool and makes it work really well for what we're trying to do. It has 320-degree pan, up, down, left, right. It has zoom. It's 1080p. It has the night vision, infrared, and then also has the motion detection. And so far in all the testing that we've done, this thing has worked phenomenal. So that's where we're at with it all. The feeder is just an old deer feeder that we've had down here in the bottom. So that's kind of the system in a nutshell. that's it. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us and enjoying our adventure as we construct a pig trap. Hope you learned something. Hope you just enjoyed watching, the adventures that we get into. We'll be pushing more videos out as soon as we can. I sometimes don't do a good job of making the camera roll. I get too caught up in getting stuff done, but we really do appreciate the support. We really appreciate everything that the Hand Nation family means to us. So if you don't mind, if you're not already a subscriber, go click subscribe, click the bell. You'll get notified when we drop new videos. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and then also at theharrisfamilyranch.com and get all the information on our pasture to plate beef and everything that we're getting into. But in the meantime, y'all go bless somebody. Make a hand today. See ya.